What's up guys, welcome to Daily Refinement. This is the video you've all been waiting for. I finally finished my perfect eBay / Poshmark room. So in here I will sell and list 10 new items a day that make at least $20 profit. In my opinion, the perfect eBay store is a blend of work-life balance, only listing about 10 items a day, but making the profit that you need to support yourself. So in this store, I've been operating for about 3 months and it's already selling more than 10 a day at more than $20 profit per piece. I did it all on this whiteboard to demonstrate exactly what you need to do, which we'll go over at the very end of the video. So make sure you watch all the way through. I'll give you a walkthrough of each of the stations and how I would approach this if I was starting right from the beginning. But I've been doing this full time for about 7 years now. And I think I know exactly the right things that you need in order to build a successful business if you want to do this yourself. All right, guys, I want to invite you to a different way of reselling. Right now, you're probably working out of your closet, a little bit of your bedroom, a little bit of your kitchen. Maybe your garage is completely full of junk. There's a different way to resell, which is having an operation that's professional, clean, organized. And when you come into this operation, and I welcome you guys to come visit me. I'm in Oakland, California. If you want to come visit, I'll give you a free tour. When you walk in this room, even if you have ADHD, you will be focused because there's nothing in this room to distract you. If you want to be professional where people actually take you seriously, I think that you need a separate station for every single kind of work. So on my left here, I have this shoe rack. I roll this out to the sink, which I have in a different part of this area, clean all my shoes, prep all my shoes, stuff all my shoes. When they come back in here into the photo station, they are 100% ready to go. Now, this photo station is copied from my mentor, Tech and Sports. He's taken millions of photos on this setup or a similar one. Essentially, use a camera, take pictures of your item, remove the memory card, go over to your desk, plug it into your computer, list your items right there, and then after that, you have to do that in the same sequence, photos, listing, and then put them away in this inventory system, which is organized either by color or by numerical sequence. So the oldest item is at the beginning. This sequence right here, if you do it all together, you can watch my video called Daily Refinement 1 Hour Method. It takes me 41 minutes to run my business for 10 items, shipping, customer service, photographs, listing, everything all in takes about 40 minutes. That is before I switch to this photo station, which is way faster. Now 10 items takes me about half an hour all in. The reason why I call this the best reseller method is because you're only spending 1 hour in a place like this, and you're spending 5 or more hours shopping, the part that resellers love doing. They love looking for a great deal. So you're out there hunting. I recommend you get to the point where you know enough to get 2 $20 profit items per hour or more. I'm not talking about some crazy threshold. You don't need to know everything under the sun. You just need to be versed in one specific niche, go to the store, find 2 or more items per hour. If you can't do that, it's a good idea to join our Patreon at patreon.com/theresellerspodcast. In there, we have something called the zip code call, where you can learn how to find items in your local area. When you find great items that meet your expectations in your area, keep it to yourself. Keep listing those same items over and over again in the same way. If you guys have been watching my Poshmark closet, which is at Reseller Nirvana, you'll see that I sell the same types of items over and over and over again, and I do that on purpose. So hopefully when you guys are watching my videos, before we get into the numbers, I want you to realize that I really do love selling, and I think that that comes across the screen when my buyers are buying, because I have over an 80% repeat customer rate, which means that people are buying the same things from me, and I get them in the same places, and I list them the same way, and I store them the same way. And if you're not doing it that way, you're not getting better year after year. So I think it's really, really important to do the same thing the same way over and over again if you really want compounding results. All right, guys, I want to introduce you to my perfect eBay Poshmark store. So this is based on a 42-hour work week, making $1,400 a week, which is about $70,000 per year. And if that's too much work for you, you can also do the part-time version, which is 21 hours a week and $700 a week. So that's the basic goal that we're aiming towards. And of course, if you want to make more money, the only variable you need to change is how fast you source items, but we'll get into that. So the perfect goal is 10 a day or 70 a week. $20 profit per item, so that's $200 profit a day or $1,400 a week. You'd only be spending 1 hour in a room like this doing photos, shipping, listing, all the part that resellers don't like. Only 1 hour in here. You'd be spending 5 hours per day looking for the best items. If you have great items, it makes reselling a lot easier. So you're spending 5 hours looking for 2 $20 profit items per hour. That's it. Nothing fancy. 2 $20 profit items per hour. You'd be sourcing 5 hours a day, 35 hours a week. So this is about 80% of your week just looking for the best items, which resellers love finding a good deal. If you think you have the eye, you need to narrow down your search, look for only $20 profit items and more, and spend the majority of your time finding great stuff. So what that looks like is great stuff is stuff that sells for $20 profit in 90 days or less, which means that you'd only need about 100 to 250 square feet. So this room is 15 by 15. It's a 1-car garage. It is enough space to make $1,400 a week. Now, of course, you guys may not have this much space. Inside of our group, we've seen people do this with as little as a 10 by 10 room. But remember, if you're working in a 10 by 10 room, you have to take down your photo station when you're not using it. So that's the main thing. If you have a little bit more space, up to 250 square feet, you can leave your photo station and your shipping station and your shelves alone. You don't need to move anything over and over again. Also, you can work your way up into these systems by just starting with a cheaper version that's free. This entire setup, I would say, cost about $1,000 for high-end everything, but you can do the whole thing for under $100 if you're just on a budget. So you need about 100 to 250 square feet. The amount of items in your store should be 500 to 1,000 items in your store, and that's going to cost you between $4,000 and $8,000. Not all at once, but all in, once your store is full, you will have spent $4,000 to $8,000 on your inventory, provided you guys follow our system of buying something for $8 and making at least $20 off of it. So if you buy 8, get back a $20 bill, you have to repeat this process 8 times before you have enough money to do this, starting from zero. So you have to be able to sell something from home that you already own for an $8 profit to start this cycle. If you try to skip ahead and you go straight into buying a whole bunch of items, the system doesn't work. You have to double your money so that you can understand the compounding nature of money to be able to pull this off. A lot of people start right out the gate listing 5 to 10 crappy items in their store, and they do that for years and years and years, and you end up having a store of thousands of items of things that don't sell. When you discount them, they still don't sell. You do everything under the sun and they still don't sell. If you follow the guidelines of 8 and the 20, only great items in your store, you won't have that problem. Because if you discount the items, they'll move. In case you need to get a different item, just discount it a little bit and it'll move. So this is really important that you do it in this order. You have to start with 0 and turn it into $8, something you already own. If you cannot sell stuff you already own, you should probably not be a reseller because you got it for free. You should be able to turn free into some profit. With that $8, I'm dangerous. I can go to the thrift store, I can go to the flea market, I can go to a garage sale and turn that 8 into $100 by just being picky. Go to 5, 10, 15 garage sales and buy 2 items. So many people get caught up in this part right here, which is they source an hour a week, pull a whole bunch of garbage from one thrift store, and they end up with a death pile of things they don't want to list. If you truly spend the entire week, 35 hours or 17 hours part-time shopping, and you spend this just listing great items is really fun. So again, I just want to reiterate, at this stage in my career, I'm only listing awesome items. So my eBay / Poshmark / reselling career is a lot of fun because everything in my store is awesome. So I recommend that you guys join our group, patreon.com/resellers podcast. If you want to look at the supplies that I use, I have that linked below at bit.ly/resellers supplies, all the supplies that I use. But honestly, it's going to be disappointing how inexpensive this setup is. You can literally make $70,000 a year with a $1,000 setup. It's not that expensive. It's just having the expertise of finding the right items. So I wish you guys luck. Until next time, make progress daily.